It is said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Oregon Ducks, the House of Loud, Autzen Stadium in Eugene. As we'll see a squad from the Pac-12, the Oregon State Beavers, taking on the 15th-ranked team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Oregon State's offense will have the opening possession of the game. Early in the season, the Ducks looked vulnerable against teams from the state of Idaho, but nothing makes you feel better than taking little brother behind the woodshed in a get-right game when you had to feel a little bit better about life.
Yeah, it was really a coming-out party, too, for Dylan Gabriel, the transfer coming in from Oklahoma. He threw the ball, he ran the ball. Oregon was up and down the field offensively, and we've seen this game in years past get a bit crazy and wonky at times. Last year, David, no doubt who the better team was.
Yeah, especially when Oregon has to go to Corvallis. Typically, you'll see some struggle, but that wasn't it. And it was a beatdown. And you got to imagine they remember this pretty well. They're pretty ticked off about it. Listen, Oregon gets all the shine, obviously. Oregon State is little brother. They've got something to prove for sure.
How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on third down here in Autzen. To the air, it's Murphy, looking to scramble. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground.
That is what I'm talking about. So many guys lose where they're at on the field, lose the down and distance. It's third down. I can't slide. QB knows it. Nice job using his noggin and his heart, lowering the shoulder to get the first down on third down.
It is better to be lucky than good. He wasn't throwing that ball to him at all. He still made the grab.
I don't know how he caught it, Reese, honestly, because he knew the ball wasn't coming towards him either, but he didn't lose his focus. It's so... up with the catch.
They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains. The Beavers have it with a 1st and 10. He's in open space downfield. Let's take just a second here and look big picture for Oregon State. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top two teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously... top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these two teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch it. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense?
He's loose. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon State.
And this offense just made their first statement, the first drive. Fourth down. What are we going to do? We're going to be aggressive. Not only that, they get the touchdown. They're rewarded. What a hot start for this offense.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. So Oregon's offense will take the field for the first time. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on first down. Second down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss and completely flip the script. Almost a guaranteed first down on second down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation on third down.
Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. The Ducks look to keep this drive humming. The RPO, it's complete. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. And here comes the offense on second down. The play action fake. Quarterback now breaking the field. Caught close to the marker, it's Benson. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Makes the catch. Out of bounds he goes. They'll mark it at the 16. The Ducks can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They go to the ground. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues.
It's great awareness by the running back, understanding where the first down marker is and doing whatever it takes to get it.
And the Ducks back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Moore will throw. Looking to the end zone. Almost intercepted. They took a shot on first down and just about turned the thing over. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Making side adjustments here. Wants to fire on second down. He's got the tight end. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's incomplete, and the defense comes up with a stop.
Love the coverage on defense there. Fourth down. They're ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. They'll keep it on the ground. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's going to take off. And he is corralled short of the line to gain. The Beavers line up to punt it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stands.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Moore to the air. Picked off! What a play by this defense! Takes it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. And they will open this drive right on the doorstep with a 1st and goal. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. That's the end of the period, and Oregon State has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And what a great job by the defense that time. Cover one, man coverage. And did you see how everybody was impressed? When you press receivers, you disrupt their timing. You get your hands on them at the line of scrimmage. You jam them. And it completely disrupts the quarterback and his thought process. And that time, that was a big reason that ball got INT'd.
They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and a first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
Moore will throw. He'll take a deep shot here. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. Give to the running back. They get him in the backfield, and he loses 3 on the play.
That play had 0 shot. They got to do a better job up front, creating some running lanes. The running back, before he could go anywhere, getting tackled, nowhere to go.
What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss. The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The House of Loud is deafening on this 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And the defense is there to stop him short of the 1st down. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. And that one took everything he had to sneak it over the crossbar inside the left upright. And that will extend their lead even further.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. Looking to throw on first down. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming. It seems as if this old feud has been going on since Lewis and Clark set the foundation for the Oregon Trail. They've been playing since 1894, guys.
Game's been played for a long time, a lot on the line in the state of Oregon. Bragging rights, Jesse, for a whole year.
I feel like it's one of the rivalries in college football that maybe a lot of people don't talk about or really know about, but if you've ever been around this game and you know about the tradition and the history and the emotions surrounding this game, this is easily one of the best rivalries in college football.
So important to convert these third downs, and they get it done. They'll have it at the 42.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Hughes. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Clock ticks down. Under 4 minutes to go in the half. They'll give it to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And you could tell that play went nowhere from the start.
It was definitely a great play by that defender.
Oh, yeah, he got in the backfield so quick, the running back had absolutely no chance.
On the option. Look out, he's got room. Oh, a lot of space. What a run to get them into enemy territory, and he's out of bounds at the 40. The Ducks are rolling down the field. Moore to the air. Grabbed in the middle. It's Whittington. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. They're dealing with a second and long. Back to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Whittington. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. They'll go to the air on third and short. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
Man, another negative play for this offense. You've had the turnovers. You're throwing in the sacks. Like, they've got to do something better. They got to protect their quarterback, and they got to take care of the football. There's step 1 and 2.
And they can't make the connection on fourth down, and they'll turn it over.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. So now it's second and long. Looking to fire. Finds his tight end. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, only a place to be tackled immediately.
They're able to find a tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
And the Beavers come to the line on third and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Snagged in the middle. It's Hankerson. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. The punt team makes its way onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. Let's see if this offense can get out of a hole as they start this drive at their own 8. On the option. Now the pitch. They pick up half of it. It'll be second and 5.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own, and unfortunately ended up losing yards.
Moore will throw. Grabbed behind the line. It's Whittington. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. The offense stays on the field despite the fact they've misfired on 2 fourth-down attempts already. Can they change? Makes the grab past the marker. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down. The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. The offense changing the play. Lost a throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Stewart. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. Going to swing it on second down. And he throws another interception, his third of the night. He's down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a first down as they try to score one late in the half.
And I like the aggressiveness. I understand you're down, right before the half. You want to go get some points, but you can't turn the football over here. Now you've set the other team up in a position to maybe get more points as the first half's winding down.
He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Second down, they'll go to the air. Catch in the middle, it's Walker. And he motors into the end zone. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. To the air on first down. Throws for the tight end. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Moore to the air. Throws to the tight end. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here. Late in the first half, they're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Trying to do it on the ground. Nice move to pick up yardage. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Turning on the Jets. Touchdown, Ducks! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
That was a big touchdown for them, too, because they're still trailing. They've got a lot of work ahead of them here in the second half, but I think that's going to give them a lot of confidence now going into halftime. I can't wait to see what they do here in the second half.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, some real edge-of-your-seat moments, and there's still 2 quarters to go here between the Ducks and Beavers.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
Moore will throw. Fires left. A strike downfield. Crosses the 35. Out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play. Spotted at the 32. It's not just a dual threat guy. You go back to Dan Fouts or Bill Musgrave or even Justin Herbert, and passers not in short supply for the Ducks.
And when you think about the Ducks, you always think about the fancy uniforms. I think that's one of the first things that come to mind, but the guys you just named, it's been built on flash, but it's also been built on substance. Great players in their tradition, in their history, and just like now, just in the recent history, Bo Nix, another one of those guys that's put up big numbers.
Gets it to him on the screen. Headed to the end zone. He wrestles him down at the 3 after the grab. It'll be 1st and goal. With the run on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
They've been talking about this one all week inside the MAC, guys. Let's give you a quick recap of how it went down. Buffalo handled its business today, and given what the week was like in Western New York, that is saying something. This is a focused group, and it's reflected in that final score. In one game, I know, fellas, but this could be one to circle when we consider the big picture there in the map.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. From the gun. Give on the inside. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain.
And there you see the bind that the RPO play can put a defender in. That linebacker had to make a decision. Was the running back going to get the ball? He thought so, so he bit up, and that allowed the slant to be thrown in behind him.
Pocket breaking down. He'll get rid of it. And the pass falls harmlessly to the ground. We'll see if the laundry is as harmless. Remember, if your entire body is past the line of scrimmage when you throw the football, that's a penalty. He was, and the penalty will be accepted. Line getting set on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Murphy. Quickly out to the tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit. Let's keep going.
How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on 3rd down here in Autzen. Flips it out on the screen. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. The Beavers will line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They closed the gap on their last drive. Now an opportunity to take the lead if they can score here. Complete to start this drive. Show him a little juke, and he's up to the 30 before he's brought down.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
And the Ducks can really attack on this 2nd and short. Quarterback making adjustments. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Under fire. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Buying some time. Blasted as he lets it go. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Big tight end makes the grab. 1st down, still on his feet. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. The Ducks will line it up on 1st and 10. Sends it back in motion. Smith wants to throw. Takes the easy throw in the flat. And that's a very productive 1st down play in bringing up 2nd and 3.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
The Ducks with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. And some room to work. It's a seam wide open. Dragged down, and they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. The sweet feet buy a little time. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Slings it. It's caught. Touchdown, Ducks! And that one will give them the lead. And these guys just score from anywhere out there. After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and they'll get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. They'll start this drive with a pass. Got it in the middle. It's Walker. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Murphy. Fires to the big fella. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the 1st down. 1st down for this offense. Using his legs, it's Hankerson. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
They'll wrestle him down just short of the 1st down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this 3rd down. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. The Beavers will call on their punt team. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was...
He wants to go deep. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Smith dropping to pass. Pulls it in. It's Hughes. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like he threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
Catch in the middle. It's Stewart. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. Big catches, big plays, tons of yards through three quarters for these two guys. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Looking for a gap. It's Hughes. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
You know, every running back thinks about the 100-yard barrier every time they take the field. And this guy, I know he's got it in his mind. He might be the only one in the stadium right now that knows. He's got 97 yards rushing here in the fourth quarter. You know he is begging his coach just for one more carry to get that mark.
Finds his man. It's Moore. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field. So that penalty is going to cost them the first down as they back up, and now it's 2nd down. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Might be calling a hot route. Smith wants to throw. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, it's hit triple zeros in a captivating game today in the American. Navy answered the bell away from Annapolis today with an impressive victory. The midshipmen knew the challenges awaiting them, and they met them head-on. Generally the mark of a really good team. Never a dull moment when it comes to the American. Back to you guys.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Hard running there. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. He's got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Wide receiver comes in motion. Back to pass on 2nd down. Here's a heat. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
The sure hands, it's Hankerson. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Trying to get behind the defense. Pulls in the deep ball. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29. And the Beavers have this offense rolling. Looking to throw, it's Murphy. Unloads it left. That pass is incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
To the air on second down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Williams. And an absolutely fearless tackle. Giving up size. Still got him on the turf. How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on third down here in Austin. Got his man on the right. And tight coverage right there, but he makes the grab, and they've got it on the 11 and a red zone chance. The Beavers getting set on 1st and 10. Pulls it and fires to the left. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Second down, he'll throw it. Lets it fly. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off. They drag him down at the 34-yard line, and they said they wanted to force mistakes, and they did just that.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter, everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception.
Oh, he's got some space. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure it to first down.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now, if we could put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
Smith dropping to pass. He unleashes a long one. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? Back to pass. Grabbed in the middle. It's Moore. And he was just showing off all of the slick moves before the defense finally got him on the ground. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Ducks come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They've got it inside the 30 at the 28. First down. Looking downfield on first down. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Looking to fire. Caught in the backfield, it's Whittington. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. Caught in the backfield, it's Stewart. Touchdown, Ducks! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They've built a little cushion and now closer to getting a victory here in Week 4. It's as if the Duck has hopped on that motorcycle and is revving the engine, and Oregon is threatening to drive away.
And Oregon's a team that, man, when they get it going, a lot of times they're just so hard to stop. The swag gets rolling. The uniform always looks good, but Oregon State's going to have to find something in this rivalry.
They need a big play, and they need it right now. The Beavers need to be able to slow down this runaway train that is the Oregon Ducks right now.
To the air, it's Murphy. Quarterback adapting. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. The Beavers moving quickly to the line. Second down, they'll go to the air. Throws to the wideout. Working on the right. Running free. He's at the and he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Beavers!
Quarterback quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
False start on offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Motion from the back. Power football with the run. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
The defense, obviously, at this point is trailing. They need to get the football back. They're expecting run. They know the offense is going to try and bleed the clock, so you got to be good at the point of attack. They were right there. They gave up nothing on that run.
Wants to fire on second down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Got a man. It's Moore. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Now facing a third and long. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. They're in field goal range here on fourth down, but they're going to keep this offense on the field. On fourth down, looking to pass. He's got it, first down and more. He's finally shot down of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one. The Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. Smith wants to throw. Quarterback extends the play. Turning it on! And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. And while this game is all but decided, the offense's job is to score. So they might try to score again. Touchdown, Oregon! And they take it in for 6 more points. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th. That score looks as if this one might have put it a little too far out of reach.
Yeah, this game's pretty much over. That was just the icing on the cake. But, you know, speaking of cake, I'm kind of hungry. Can we get out of here? Can we finish this game so I can go get something to eat?
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Clemens. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. He spikes it. Clock stops as they try to rally late.
No gain on the play. 3rd down coming.
And the Beavers come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. They'll try to get the first through the air. Makes the grab. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off.
QB slicing. No gain on the play. 2nd down coming up.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back to pass, it's Murphy. Makes the grab on the left.
Hey, I'll tell you what, that slot receiver, he may not be the biggest receiver in the world, but he is shifty, and he runs really good routes. You saw it on that play.
QB slicing. No gain on the play. Brings up 4th down.
4th down and inches, and you go read any book you want to, any analytical measure, and it will tell you, go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. Still firing away as they'll go down swinging. He'll try to do it himself. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. So as they've done so many times in this in-state rivalry, it is the Ducks